Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Frank Enriquez, and we're in the Diamond Moment with our dear friend, Eric. Eric, can you introduce yourself completely? I know we usually say our last name, but...
Eric Marshall. I fought from 92 to 2004, full contact kickboxing. I held 5 world titles as an amateur in 4 different weight classes, and 2 pro world titles and 1 U.S. title. And now I train the fighters.
Nice. And your fighters are going to all participate in the Battle of Tampa Bay 27.
Yes, sir. I fought in the first one and the second one as the main event, and had a couple fighters through the years, but this one's going to be a big one. There's like 8 fighters fighting this time.
Nice. So last year you were very popular. You had a father and son little competition. How was that, getting back in the ring?
He tried to take advantage of me, man. I didn't train for it, but I wanted to get back in one more time, and we spar good together. So, I hope we put a show on for the crowd. I think we did. And I loved it. I would do it again with him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yep. So being 52 right now, I'm not getting back in the ring.
Hey, but you had some good kicks,
Yeah.
I remember that for a 52-year-old to get his leg all the way up to above his kid's head, I was like, wow, good flexibility.
Yeah, I was trying to get him back for not cleaning his room.
So, Eric, what's your favorite hobbies other than fighting and training fighters?
It was softball, but as you get a little older, I played ball my whole life, and playing softball competitive, that was my outlet, even fighting. But the other hobby is going boating, having barbecues, watching my kids cook and grow up with me, and now Ethan taking a big interest in the gym is very, very cool. But just hanging out with friends and being in the sun is my hobby.
Nice. So tell me about your gym. What's the name of it? Where's it located? I know you represent Manatee County.
Yes, sir. It's the EMK Final Round. A lot of people knew it as Eric Marshall Kickboxing. Then we changed the name I closed down in 2012 after being in business for 12 years, and then reopened in 2014 as EMK Final Round. And since then, I've had a couple world champions, and just a great fight crew. Great fight crew. I mean, one of my guys, he doesn't train with us anymore, but he was the world champion in bare knuckle fighting. I had one go to Bellator. So it's kind of good to have, give them a great foundation and let them, the sky's the limit for them when they have a good foundation.
Nice. So you say you have 8 fighters for this upcoming.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell us a little bit about what's the diversity in those fighters?
Well, I got Galen, which you guys saw fight last time. He's a multi Valhalla champion. He just fought a couple weeks ago and retained his title. He's my clown. I don't like showboating. He doesn't really showboat, but sometimes I can't with him. He's just having fun. He's having so much fun. Then I got a kid named Kyle. He's my youngest. Love that kid. He's so clean and precise. And the others I think they're making their debuts. One fought a couple weeks ago at Valhalla with Galen, so he's 1-0 now. But the others are 0-0.
Nice.
Should be fun.
It should be.
Yeah.
So, but I remember Galen's a veteran.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yeah. U.S. Army. Yes.
U.S. Army. Nice. So you're a big contributor to the Manatee County area. training fighters, keeping kids in check, So how does it feel when, every time you get the call and the invitations to new tournaments?
No, it's awesome. We were, back in the day, my trainer was number one in the world, number one contender in the world, fought for a world title, didn't get it, and then he also had, you guys know Dragon Wilson from Cocoa Beach. He used to come over here and train with them in the 80s. So 80s was a big time. They had 2 or 3 world champions from this area. And at one time, my trainer had 12 champions in his stable from here. 3 of us were world champions. The rest were Florida State and U.S. champions. So I think Bradenton's the little unkept secret, or the secret, yeah. And even with athletes, I've had friends go to the NFL. So Bradenton's like an athletic community that's secret. Well, not now though. We have IMG.
Yeah, but they don't have no martial arts, so we're still the kept secret.
Right.
So you have these 8 fighters. What's your prediction from your fighters and their opponents?
They train hard. We got a couple good gyms we're going against, and I think it's just going to come down to who has the best cardio. You can have 90% technical and 10% cardio, and you're going to lose against a guy that has no technical. No technical, and he's got 100% cardio. You're going to lose unless you get lucky. So I think it's just going to come down. We're fighting a lot of Amiri's guys, and a couple other guys. I said it's just going to come down to who's got the best cardio.
Nice.
Who wants it? Who wants it the most? Yeah. Yep. I love all these kids, man. Even the opponents. I love these kids. They're paving the ground like we did.
Yeah, pretty much. So the question is, when are we going to see you in the ring?
I'll be in the ring when I'll present an award. I'll get in the ring in the corner.
For no more fighting?
Yeah, no. I might do an exhibition with Amir. That would be fun. He might break my leg, though.
So we could say maybe for the future.
The future, yeah. May get in there one more time for an exhibition.
That would be great.
Yes, sir.
So for all your followers and your fighters that are going to see this, what message do you have for them? And what do you want the crowd that can make it or can make it to the fight know about you and your fighters and the promotion?
Never stop believing in your dreams, man. Take it as far as you can. You're going to have hiccups in the road. Take it as far as you can. You're going to see some really great talent at the Battle of Tampa Bay. It's been going on 26 years. They put on a fantastic show. It's right over the bridge. Everybody knows that. And then hopefully soon we're going to throw some fights here in Bradenton.
That'll be awesome. It'll be great to go ahead and see kids come and participate and the promotion and, attending your promotion too.
Yes, sir. I threw 3 fights years back, about 10 years ago. And it needs to happen again. So we're working with a couple people and Amir. And we're going to pull it together again.
Well,
just got to find a venue here,
There's a few places.
Our venue's gone. There's a couple.
Well, Eric, thank you for coming to our show. We appreciate. Hope to see you at the fight, and we'll have a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.